It's almost Christmas here at the homestead, and I don't have a lot of Christmas stuff because it's still in Florida in storage. So I thought I would make a Christmas wreath to make it a little festive around the homestead. Hey friends, it's Barbara Sue at Kowalski Mountain and welcome back to our channel. Now today I am on a mission to make a Christmas wreath to make it look a little more festive here around the homestead. Now while I was in Tennessee visiting my daughter, I told her how I wanted to make a wreath, and she actually had a wreath, a metal wreath form at home. So she gave it to me. So I have the base. Now I just need to get the materials to make a homegrown wreath right here at the homestead. Now I certainly could buy materials to make a wreath, but we already live in an RV and we already have an excessive amount of storage. The last thing I need to do is buy more stuff. So we're going to make this work with stuff that I find on the homestead. So right now I'm on a foraging walk to see what I can find to make my wreath. Now we have mostly cedars around the property, so my wreath is going to have a lot of cedar on it. But Philip told me that right up here on this trail there is a pine that might have a different kind of branch, and that's what I'm looking for. Stay with me. Stay with me. Yeah. I should have locked you up. Stay with me. All right, I'm not finding any more little pine cones on the ground. No, I'm not. Now, I don't usually spend much time in the woods during hunting season, but I'm going to sneak up this ridge trail just a little ways because there's something I want. Now I'm not going to go too far up this trail, but right behind me is a pine grove, and I'm hoping to find some long pieces of pine. So let's see if we can find some along with some pine cones. Right with me. Well, I got quite a bit here, and this is what I was looking for. I want to add texture to my wreath with different shaped needles. I think I better get out of the woods. I should have locked Roxy up at home. She's contaminating the woods. Now the majority of what I need I can find right out here on the edge of the woods, and I don't have to contaminate the woods because Philip still wants to get at least one more deer. So mostly we're going to have cedar on the wreath just because that's what we have. That's going to make the wreath a little bit different than what I'm used to, but I need to adapt to being a Kentuckian. Now, if you're wondering why I brought such a big bucket, it's because of this. These are not very full branches, so I'm going to need quite a bit to make my wreath look full. So I brought a big bucket to carry it all home. I just found something very exciting. It's a bird's nest. Now, it seems to me that there's something about having a bird's nest in a tree. I don't know, maybe I'm making that up, but it's going to go on my wreath. Alright, so hopefully that's enough for the base. Now we're going to go get my absolute favorite part that's going to be the face of my wreath. I'm just in love with this plant. I have no idea what it is, but let's go get some. So it's just cedar, but it has all these little pretty blue berries on it, and I just think it looks so festive. Is my big bucket making sense yet? Now the last thing that I'm going to find is right out here as well. And that's acorns, and there's a ton of acorns right here. All right, so let's head home and see what we can do with it. Here is the wreath frame that my daughter gave me. And now we're just going to start building it up. Now I had some zip ties. I don't know where Philip put them. So we're going to see how far I get without the zip ties. So we're just going to build the base of our wreath into this frame. And zip ties make it super easy. It's not very eco-friendly, but easy. And I'm going to start with the plain cedar, because that's going to make up the base of my wreath. Despite not having any zip ties, it worked really well just to tuck the ends of the branches into the metal frame. I was very happy with how easily the ends tucked in and how they held on. Anything that I didn't feel was secure, I used a little bit of butcher's twine to tie it off. Once the base was complete, it was time to add the eastern red cedar with the little blue berries. It's hard to see the little blueberries in the video, but they look really good in real life. Here's an example where a little bit of butcher's twine was needed to secure the branch to make sure it wouldn't fall out. Now let's add those sprigs of the long needled pine just to give it a little character and a little more texture from the flat cedar branches. Here's my little bird nest. I'm gonna put that right there. Now when I was picking these, I tried to pick them with long stems just so that I would be able to tuck them later, which is what I'm doing now. Using a plant app, I was able to identify the berries as coral berries, and I love the pink touch that they're adding to the wreath. I used hot glue to make sure anything that seemed a little bit loose was secure to last a few weeks to Christmas and into the new year. Well, I think it's done. I am happy with it. I love the pink and blueberries. I love the pine cones, the little baby pine cones. I don't know if you noticed, but I put some acorns in the bird nest to look like little eggs. I found some ribbon while I was in Florida in my storage unit, but I don't think it needs ribbon. I'm going to leave it just like this. Well, this is a completely foraged wreath with the exception of the metal framework, a little bit of butcher's twine, and some hot glue. And that is it. Everything else was foraged right here on Kowalski Mountain. Well, friends, thanks for coming with me today to do this little Christmas project. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to make your house look festive. As always, we appreciate you watching, especially to the very end, and thank you so much for being part of the Kowalski Mountain family. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that button. We'd love you to join our family. See you next time, and Merry Christmas.